Come on, kitty. Yeah. Come here. I don't know that I've ever seen you over here before. Come on through. You can do it. That's a good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. That's a good baby. Oh, it feels good out here, doesn't it? You've been laying in the sun. You haven't been hunting. You've been over there laying in the sun because you're warm. Well, I was gonna go through and look at this pen that I have, but I guess it'll be me and Kitty that go through and look at this pen that I have, and we are gonna take you along with us. It is right next to where we've got Red and that heifer, and while there is snow on the ground, I am gonna come look around in here because this is the area that I'm thinking about putting a couple of pigs. And the reason I want to look at it is, first of all, I want to see if I think maybe that's big enough area to hold a couple of pigs for 6, 7, 8 months, however long it takes to grow them out to have them processed. And then I also want to take a look at the fence, what kind of fence is around it, and how much work would need to be done in order to get it ready for little piglets so that they cannot get out. And as I'm on the back side here, I knew that these were here, but I kind of thought they went all the way down to the ground, but they don't go all the way down to the ground. So I would need some more cattle panels here, some of these. Hey lady, what's going on? And that's the case all the way around. I would need some more cattle panels, even on this side. And I don't have that many cattle panels. That's what I would need to do, or this, at least that's one way of doing it. That's what I would need to do in order to start out getting pigs. Okay, hogs is something that I've wanted for a few years now. Ever since I moved out here, I've actually wanted to grow some out, and I've been kind of scared of it for several reasons. One, I don't want them to get out. I don't want to be chasing hogs. I don't want them to get real big, and I don't know a lot about the breeds. A lot of this have to be cleaned out, and a lot of it pigs could clean out. This would need to come down. I would leave this here if I'm putting pigs in here, because it would be a source of shade. And I don't know if this area is quite big enough for when they get bigger. Like I said, I don't want them too big. But I don't know. I don't know if this would be big enough. When they're little, it's more than big enough. I mean, even I could see them getting like, you know, halfway point, but I don't know that it's going to be big enough throughout their whole stay here. Whoa. Helicopter. Couple, 3. I don't know if you see them. Huge. Actually, there's 4. I didn't see the 4th one. Used to not ever hear planes or helicopters fly by here, except over the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. It's gotten kind of busy in the skies, and I don't like that. See this right here? Definitely would have to be fixed. Man, this is actually more shape than I thought it was. I've looked from the gate. I've not come in here and like gone around and looked at it. But this is more work than I thought. This would need to come down. This is like dead, old, rotten. That whole thing would need to come down. And then of course that would leave this to fall down. Isn't that right, kitty? You're so sweet. as I come over here and look at this mess, this is nuts. I mean, I don't even know what's going on here. Have to get rid of that. But look, all of this has gates. They fix things like I do, which is not good for me, because now I'm having to fix what they fix, and all I use is zip ties, duct tape, and super glue. But this is not a real fence. You got a cattle panel here, a gate here, actually, yeah, a gate up to the fencing, and a gate in front of the fencing. And here's some more gates, or yeah, these are gates, barbed wire together with cattle panel in front of at least part of it. Yeah, they did things the way I did. But if I'm going to do something, the best time to do something would be right about now. Today is 55 degrees, which is above average. We just got out of single digits, and at one morning we were down to -1, -2, and today we're up to 55. But now would be the time to start clearing this out and zip tying cattle panels. You coming? To the edges so that the little pigs couldn't get out. And then this, there's not a latch on this. Pigs are not like a necessity. It's something that I want to try at least once. I think I do, but I don't want to try it under the wrong, I want to be ready for them when I get them. And I feel like I'm running out of time to get ready for them for this year. I need to get them in the spring and raise them out to slaughter in the fall. I don't want to hold them over winter, and I don't want them to get too big. So I'm going to go in here and get some feed for the goats. It is only a little bit after 1. Really too early to feed the goats, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I want to go out there and see how they're doing. I haven't really had a good look at them in a few days, because I haven't been feeling good over all those days that it was cold. By the way, Greg is not here. He is at his apartment. He's the one that mostly took care of everybody while it was cold, and I wasn't feeling good. So I'm going to go out, take a look at Tucker, take a look at the goats, see how they're doing, talk to them for a little bit while I think about this pig situation. What are you doing, buddy? Gertie and Dandy are around the corner there. Chester's in that kennel. I don't know if you can see him because he's got the board, the ply, he's behind the ply. Would you stop it? I see you. I see you, boy. That's gonna make somebody angry. Hey, bud, can you get down with us? Get down. Nope, get down, I'm coming in. Alright, I'm gonna put some of you right here. Sky is looking good. This white one is actually looking a little thinner than she was. These two look good. Pebbles looks fat. That white one right here looks a little bit thinner than she was the last time I saw her. Y'all got it nice and cozy in here. That wasn't very much feed, but this is the second time today that we fed them, or that I fed them. I'm here to see you. Let's go walk around, talk for a minute. Another thought that I'm having is putting another shelter right here. Not the panels, not like this, but like the one I had at the other property. And if you go back to the beginning videos, if you see the building that we if you see the building that we put up, that's what I'm thinking about doing, which is digging holes and putting posts in the holes and using fence pickets for the siding instead of the pallets and the plywood. We got a lot of grass coming in right here, and that's nice. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to get out of winter. I do not like winter. I dread winter as we're getting towards the end of summer and as we go into fall. Fall doesn't bother me too much except that we're losing daylight. That bothers me. And then I dread winter, and then it's here, and I don't look forward to each and every day that I get up and have to come out in the cold and it gets dark early. Hey you, I still don't know your name. So those two other does that don't belong to me, that one and the one that just passed, should leave at the end of this month, which is sometime the week after next is the end of this month. March is just right around the corner, isn't it, bud? And he has not been a very good boy, and so we had to put the shock collar back on him. That's a good boy, stay there. Shock collar's back on him. As you can see, I got my hand all the way through it. It is not on too tight, and I might have shocked him one time, and the whole time that we've had this shock collar, I don't remember. But usually, what I do is the tone or the vibration, and the tone 99% of the time changes his behavior. It causes him to stop whatever it is he's doing and turn around and walk the other direction. But what he has been doing is picking on Sky, like grabbing the back of her neck and trying to play with her and stuff. And he is way too big for her. And so we've got to stop that. And so when I'm inside and I see that going on, I push that tone button and he goes a different direction. Now, his behavior totally changes just by me putting the collar on him. Here comes Sky. It changes just by me putting the collar on him, so I don't have to correct him very many times. And when I go to work, he knows he has the collar on. He has no idea in the difference of me being home and not being home. He just knows that the collar's on, and so that changes his behavior, doesn't it? All right, I spent some time with them. I'm taking this. You don't have to remind me. I've got this. Sky has jumped on me a few times, got me muddy. Sorry, bud. Tucker is needing all of his attention. Like I said, I haven't been out very much. I mean, I have come out, but I have not hardly done anything outside in a few days. So today I'm just going to go around checking on things, making plans. I can see that I have a couple of pieces. That's not even a full piece of cattle panels. So I have two regular 16-foot, and this one, which I guess is I don't know, 8-foot, maybe 6, I don't know. It's 8-foot, I guess, compared to these others. I know I have one somewhere inside the pen here, and I know I have one in the front yard. It looks like I might have 2 or 3 over there, but it's not enough for that area where I'm having to, thinking about putting the pigs. I don't think. I still have those chickens or the eggs in the incubator. I guess there's chickens in there. Hopefully there's chickens in there. But it hasn't quite been a week. It's been like 6 days since I put them in there, so I haven't candled them to see how many are good yet. But as soon as those hatch, however many hatch, I'm going to put some more in. And I've actually got an order of Jubilee Orpingtons coming to me. They are over in Tahlequah. They're over in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Amy's going to pick them up. She's getting 12 and I'm getting 12. She's closer, so she's going to pick them up. And when they get here, I'll put those in the incubator, because by the time we get those, these should be hatched. And if not, hopefully I have another incubator by then. But I just watched one of, I don't know if it was on Walker. It's probably Catching Up with the Walkers. I don't know. Walker Farm Fam, Catching Up with the Walkers. One of the two, where Gary and Cassie candled their eggs. They put like 40-something eggs in an incubator. They've got a large incubator. And there was, I don't remember the numbers, but it's like half of them were not fertile. And that's scary, since I only have 21 in the incubator. Now, they've got their eggs from their farm. They've got a lot of hens that lay eggs. So most of theirs come from their farm. But these I purchased from someone else. They have different colors and, just a different breeds and different bloodline. And I really want them to hatch. And anytime you hatch, so when you start incubating eggs, you're going to have a few that aren't fertile. Usually they're fertile, but in the wintertime, that the number of fertilized eggs is going to be down a little bit, because nobody's active in the wintertime. They're not laying eggs, they're not breeding because they're not laying eggs. You know, it's just a different situation, and we've had a lot of cold days. So anyway, when you get a set number of eggs, a few of them are not going to be fertile. And then after that, once they start incubating, the fertile ones start growing. For whatever reason, some of those end up what they call quitting. They just quit growing, they die. And then you have the rest of them grow to term, but then some of those, fewer of those, but some of those don't hatch. So if you put in 21 eggs, you can expect a lot of times around 15 eggs. But at this time of the year, I don't know. And this is a new incubator that I'm trying out, so I don't know. But they had, like I said, it seemed like half of their eggs were not fertile. And so that's really scaring me. I have no idea about these. I have really no idea about the farm they came from, other than it was really close to me. So I hope that goes well. Here in a few more days, I will candle those and see what I have at that point. And then man, I just hope that I get some. Oh, what I was gonna say is, after they do hatch, after you take out the ones that are not fertile, and the ones that quit, and the ones that just don't hatch for whatever reason, they die at hatching. Then you get your chicks and find out that half of those are roosters, and what we want are hens. So wish me luck on that. Are you still coming with me? Come on. Come here. Good girl. She's a good kitty. I don't understand why somebody would leave her or drop her off, or whatever it was that happened to her. I don't know. But she's a good kitty. Oh, hey Shade, I just walked right by you, buddy. I was thinking that I needed to go get some cattle cubes while I'm out here and feed the cows, since I fed the goats, and Shade came up and I wasn't even paying attention. There's Kitty over there. I just assumed he was Kitty. He's another good kitty. Come on. He's I've had him for a couple of years. We got 2 cats. We had his brother. We got him from Mike and Terry over at MT Homestead. And about a year after we had him, the other cat that's Shade, and the brother's name was Shadow. And there's a big truck going by. And after about a year of having him, one summer he got the bobcat fever, from a tick bite, and we had him euthanized because the vet said, the chances are not good at all, and it's kind of a horrible death. It's kind of a painful death. So we had him euthanized. Still got Shade, which I thought Shade would follow me, come to think of it. You coming? You're right. I said I was going to go feed the cows, and then I went the other direction. My bad, buddy. My bad. Okay. I don't know where I was going. Those headaches are really getting to me, I guess. What are you doing, buddy? I think I'm going to feed Red and the cow with Red first to lighten this up a little bit, because it's a little heavy and they're easier to feed. They're not as pushy as the other cows, especially that big mama cow. She's big for Dexter. She's big. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do, is I'm going to feed them first. And then I'm going to go in this part right here where I was looking at maybe putting some hogs, and kind of measuring and see how many of those cattle panels I needed to go all the way around. Kind of see what needs to be done so that I can have a little bit more information when I put thought into what I'm doing. Hey, I just told them you weren't real pushy. Or not as pushy. You need to get back. Hey, come on. Go on. Okay, get back. I'll get you. Move. I got you. Come on, let's go. It's heavy. Set y'all down there. Hopefully you won't get wet. Come on, cow. It is slick in here. Here comes that other cow. Her being over here with Red makes it a whole lot easier to get her share of feed. But keep in mind, these range cubes aren't really their feed. I mean, it does feed them. It has protein and nutrients of sorts in it. I don't know what all's in there. But most of their feed, most of their food comes from the hay. They're mostly on grass. I hardly ever, like in the winter, I've been feeding them every day, just about. Depends on what's going on, what the temperature is, you know, what's going on. But in the summer, I don't feed them nearly as often. I thought for about a half a second there that I was going to have to defend myself. But she was going for a different pile than what I laid out for her. I do not know. No idea what my dogs are barking at, but they are sure barking at something. Probably each other. But the other night, I think it was like 2 nights ago, the dogs were barking, and it was just right before dark. And I looked out the window, and you could, because there was snow on the ground, I could see over into the next pasture, and there was 2 coyotes going across that pasture. I mean, just on the other side of my fence, my property line. It went across the road and went behind Dad's property line. So they are very active right now. You know what I just thought of? That possum that was here the other day. I had forgotten all about it. I didn't do anything with it. It was right in here somewhere. And then it snowed. No idea. I don't know if there's bones there. I don't know if we smashed it with a tractor. I don't know if something ate it or carried it off. I don't know. But like, was it like two videos back? I saw him with the back end of him eating. Something took the back end of him and ate the back end and then left the rest of him. A lot of you put that it was birds, like vultures, but this happened overnight. He wasn't there one day. It would have had to been overnight. Like, and then the next morning when I came out to film, there he was. I don't know how I'm gonna measure this. I can measure this side and assume that that side's pretty close to this side. I don't know. Look, I mean, even measuring this side with all these little trees growing up and how everything has 2 layers of something on it. Oh my goodness. I think the best way to do this is to stop the camera and come back to you and give you the answer. Okay, that went about as well as I thought it would. It didn't. I kind of have an idea. Not going to throw any numbers in here because there's a good chance that I'm way off. And the reason is is this stuff right here. Okay, the panels that are like wired and barbed wire to the fence, and then the trees coming through. Then plus on this side, and I don't even know what to call this, I have forgotten, but this chute where we run the cows, or where we have one time run the cows. Anyway, that is, let me look. It's about 18 and a half foot. And then it turns, and then this comes out, and it does something different. It kind of cuts back up that way. So this fence, I don't know how to say this, like it does this. It comes like this. So there's a corner here, and this way comes towards that, and that way goes back towards that. So the center's wider. Where on that side, it looks like it's pretty, well, fairly straight across, you know, considering how it's put up. But the back fence is 24-ish foot, and that includes the gate. So I think it includes the gate. Anyway, I wrote it all down on my phone, or didn't write it down, I typed it in my phone. I might have enough cattle panels for that, I don't know. But right about now is the time to get in here and start clearing this out. That is not a job today, and that is not a job just for me. I mean, I guess I could do it, but why? I will wait on a day when I have Sean and Greg here, and Sean will be back soon to help out. He's already called and asked when he can work again, and I need Greg because right over here is another little thorn bush. It found me and grabbed a hold of me, and that took several minutes to get out of. And then hopefully by the time this takes place, hopefully it's soon, first of all, but hopefully I'll feel better. I've just not been feeling good. Like really bad headache. My eyes have been super sensitive to the light, and this snow does not help. Screen time does not help, but I've been taking naps and sleeping in just a little bit and just feeling exhausted when I get up. I'm feeling better. Obviously, I'm feeling better. I went from not coming outside to coming out and trying to halfway measure that out. So I am getting better. But my point in saying all this is hopefully by the time they get back over here and we start working on that, I will feel good enough to do it. At least good enough to film them doing it so that you can see that. I was coming around the corner going to check on Rocky and the chickens. And I saw Greg's poor little snowman. It sure is not doing well. It's a good thing I came over here because these cows drank quite a bit today, it looks like. Well, I guess I better make sure this is open. And it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and give them some water. Alright, I went ahead and watered the cows. Cleaned out his water, gave him some fresh water. I've got water sitting in this, just a little bit. It's not there for them to drink. It's to clean that out. I tried squirting it out, and it's solid in there. It's like frozen in there or something. I don't know. So I put a little bit of water in and letting that soak up. And these guys over here, they're doing okay. Except that I got to clean out that water. Oh my gosh. This mud is, oh, it's bad. I'll be glad when this dries up. I'm glad that it snowed because the snow is the same as water. We need it. It soaks into the ground. But I'll be glad when this is all melted and down in the ground and the ground's solid again. I gotta get this water. So I got the chicken water taken care of. I didn't expect to have to do that. It's got like midday or something. But one of the birds pooped in it, and so then it had to be cleaned out. And it's the same thing with Rocky's water. It was full, but he had pooped in it, so it needed to be cleaned out. So, but because I've done it now, when I come out later, all I'm going to do is check on them. And if nothing's happened, then we should be good. And one of the next assignments would be clean out that shop.